holding that letter we do complete in 12. तेरा गाल में ये लगा हुआ है. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मायं ददाति शपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुर श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवं च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सौगण रघुनाथनितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सवधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सौगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च नमं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमाते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनीति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुलंगायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् श्री गुरुदिनतारिणं श्री चैतन्येश्वरं हरि ओम तत्सत् सर्वप्रथमे আমি আমার পরমারাধ্য গুরুদেব শ্রীল জয়প্রকাশ স্বামী গুরু মহারাজ ইসকন প্রতিষ্ঠাতা আচার্য জগৎ গুরু শ্রীল প্রভুপাদ ও অনন্ত কোটি বৈষ্ণব ভক্তবৃন্দ কি ভগবান শ্রী রাম সিয়া রাম লক্ষ্মণ হনুমান জি মহারাজ কি জয়. So today our teachings from the Ramayana class. This is the 20th class. So we'll reading from the book who is translating His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj. So now I am starting to reading. Just yesterday we completed. After that, Maharaj Janaka then explained, this bow was used by Lord Shiva in a bygone age to disrupt the sacrifice of his father-in-law Daksha. We know that yesterday our class was stopped, the reading that place, that Vishwamitra, after long traveling with the Ram and Lakshman, they reached in Mithila, Janakpuri, and Janakraj to get the darshan of Lord Ram, Lakshman, and Vasishta. Vishwamitra Rishi is very nicely to welcome them. Then he asked that, why you come here? How can I serve you? Then Vishwamitra Rishi said that Lord Ram wanted to see your worshipable bow and to know about that bow. So then Maharaj Janak then explained, this bow was used by Lord Shiva. This bow used by Lord Shiva in a bygone age to disrupt the sacrifice of his father-in-law. Disrupt the sacrifice of father-in-law Daksha, being denied his sacrificial share Lord Shiva angrily picked up this bow and threatened to annihilate the demigod. Coming to their senses, the demigod were able to pacify Lord Shiva. In turn, he handed over his bow to them. Coming to their senses, the demigod were able to pacify Lord Shiva. In turn, he handed over his bow to them. The demigod later entrusted the bow to Devabroto, the descendant of Maharaj Nimi, my forefather. That Janak Maharaj is the lineage of Nimi Maharaj. Okay, so after describing the history of Lord Shiva's bow, Maharaj Janaka then related another interesting story. Once upon a time, as I was leaving, leveling the sacrificial arena with the gold plow, much to my astonishment, I happened to uncover a baby girl. So once upon a time, he is telling another story with that connected to that poem. The Janak Maharaj said, once upon a time, I was leveling the sacrificial arena with a golden plow. Much to my astonishment, I happened to uncover a baby girl. I named her Sita, that means Pharaoh, and raised her as my own daughter. Sita quickly grew up, and when she attained maturity, many eligible princes came calling, hoping to win her in marriage. Since my daughter was not an ordinary being, I explained to the princess that to win her hand in marriage, they must possess great valor. Then I brought forth the bow of Lord Shiva. Then I brought forth the bow of Lord Shiva and asked them to steering it. However, none of them even lived or hold it. What to speak about bending or steering it? Most of the princes left, feeling insulted, and then banded together to attack Mithila. Most of the princes left, feeling insulted, and then uh, banded together to attack Mithila. Banded together. A fierce battle raged for 12 months. Finally, as my army weakened, I prayed to demigods for assistance. In answer to my appeal, the celestial mercifully sent an army, and simply by seeing them, my enemies fled in fear. Since Ram is eager to see the bow of Lord Shiva, I will bring it before him to examine if Ram is able to steering his own dreadful bow, mm, able to steering this wonderful bow, then I will gladly give him my beautiful daughter Sita. Soon 500 strong men pulled the immense bow, which was encased in a chest and mounted on a cart with 8 wheels. Vishwamitra invited Rama to open the chest with thousands of people gathered to watch. As Ram gazed with admiration at the bow, Maharaj Janak warned, even great demons, Rakshasas, Yakshas, Gandharvas, and Nagas have failed to even bend this mighty bow. How then will a mere mortal succeed in steering it? Nevertheless, Rama sportingly placed his left hand upon the middle of the bow. Then, in the presence of huge crowd, he effortlessly lifted the bow out of his sheath. Holding the bow al- aloft, Rama stung the bow in an instant, and bending, Rama stung the bow in an instant and bending it with a great force, snapped it in the middle, just as a baby elephant breaks a stick of sugarcane. The thunder, the thunderous cracking sound produced like a mountain blasting apart and caused all the all but Vishwamitra, Janaka, Ram and Lakshman to to the ground, fall to the ground. So what is the teachings that in the material world, whatever people cannot to do, wherever people is failing, there the Lord can do anything. Sometimes we are thinking that nobody can do it. Nobody can do it, maybe that is human being can't do it, but Lord can do it. That's why Lord Rama very nicely to both side of the bow holding and just to press like this and break it. And after that, Lord Rama and Lakshman fell down. So this is the teaching. Sometimes people are thinking this work, nobody can do it. These things, nobody can change it. But Krishna, Lord Rama, can do anything. What is impossible for material world, for the spiritual world, that is very easy. That is very easy. Make a line. With this, then with the paper, make another line. So, with the great pleasure, Maharaj Janak requested Vishwamitra to send messenger to Ayodhya, inviting King Dasharath to attend the marriage of Ram and Sita. When the messenger arrived 3 days later at the court of Maharaj Dasharath, they related the glorious event of Rama's breaking the bow and winning Sita's hand in marriage. Hearing this, Maharaj Dasharath became overjoyed. Then, after consulting with Vasishta and Bhamana Maharaj Dasharath decided that they should all depart for Mithila the following day. The next morning, Maharaj Dasharath started out keeping his family priest in front and taking his army and a great quantity of wealth. After traveling for 4 days, the party reached outskirts of Mithila. Seeing his approach, King Janaka came out to meet Maharaj Dasharath, giving him a royal reception. What is the teaching? A teaching is that when a Grahastha will see that some guest is coming to his home, we should welcoming them because guest is a atithi and they are like a resemble of Narayan. So whenever the guest is coming, we should give them respect, give them honor. Then Lakshmi Mata is so much pleased to us. In the next sorry. So afterwards, when Maharaj Dasharath had met with his son, mm, it was fixed that preliminary marriage ritual would begin at an auspicious moment the next day. The next morning, everyone assembled, and before the wedding ceremonies commenced, Maharaj Dasharath requested King Janaka to hear of his royal lineage from Vasishtha. Being so requested, the great sage Vishwamitra narrated the history of the Raghu dynasty. Marichi was the direct son of Lord Brahma, and Marichi's son was Kashyapa. From Kashyapa was born Vivashan. Kashyapa was born Vivashan. Kashyapa was born Vivashan, the sun god, and Vivasha's son, Vivasha's son was Manu. From Kashyapa was born Vivashan. That means the sun god father is a Kashyapa, and the Vivashan's son is Manu. The son of um, Vaivashat Manu was Ikshakshu. The son of um, Vaivashat Manu son was Ikshakshu, who was the first ruler of Ayodhya. Many generations later, in the Ikshashu line came Bharat. Many generations later, the Ikshaku line came Bharata, whose son Ashita was conquered by his enemies, the Himalayas, na Haiwas, Talang, Talayajaghas, Shashabindus. Being defeated, Ashita decided to retire to Himalayas along with his two wives. When Ashita passed away, one of the widows named Kalindi was pregnant. The other widow became envious her and mixed poison in with the Kalindi's food, desiring to kill the child within her womb. You see, we can see another thing. Not only this material, the Kali Yuga's world, that the jealousy in the family, the sister-in-law and sister-in-law. It was from the like a Treta Yuga, that means like a creation. You know, this kind of things is happening. So when Kalindi began to suffer, the effect of poison, the great Rishi Cha- Chavana happened to arrive at the spot. Kalindi tearfully showered his blessings so that her child might live. The Rishi assured her that his son would born along with the ex- excreted poison. That Rishi assured that her son would be born along with the excreted poison. Because of this unusual circumstance, Kalindi's son was named Shagora, or one who is born along with poison. Poison. We know then Shagar in the ocean, the Shagar inside. Also there is a poison. Came out the poison also there. Alahal. Later on, the line of Ikshashu, the great grandson of Maharaj Bhagirath, named um, Parabapritha, was cursed. Maharaj Bhagirath name. Later on in the line of Ikshashu, the great grandson of Maharaj Bhagirath, named Parabapritha, was cursed by Vasishta to become a Rakshasa. And thus he came to be known as a Kamalashpada. There were many great kings who descended from Ikshashu, such as Ambarisha, Nuhash, Jajati, Nabhaga, and Oja, the father of Maras Dasharath. The father of Maras Dasharath. Even Ajo, the father of Maharaj Dasharath. Dasharath's father name is Ajo, also in the lineage of Ikshashu. From the Ikshashu descended. After describing this and their histories as well as many others, Vasishta formally requested King Janaka to give away his two daughters, Sita and Urmila, in charity to Ram and Lakshmana. Janak Maharaj then described his own uh, general OZ, begin with King Nimi and concluding with his own father, Harsha Bharama. The king then happily concluded the soulman agreement, giving away his daughter to the son of Maharaj Dasharath. First, Janaka requested Dasharath to have the Shamavartana ceremony performed for Ram and Lakshman. This entails shaving the head and underarms when a student returned home from the Gurukulam. Then the fire sacrifice was fixed for 3 days later at an auspicious time. Vashishta requested that the two daughters of King Janaka's younger brother, Vashishta requested that the two daughters of King Janaka's younger brother, Kushaddas, be given to the charity of Bharata and Satrughna. The Kushaddas' two daughters giving to the marriage to the another two, Bharata and Shatrughna. When Shamavartana ceremony was performed, Maharaj Dasharath gave away 100,000 cows in charity to the Brahmanas for each of his 4 sons. Face of it, that means the 400,000 cows he gave the charity. Each of his 4 sons. For one son he gave him 100,000 cows. Thereafter, at the auspicious hour, thereafter, at the auspicious hour known as Vijaya, on the day chosen for marriage, Vashishta approached Maharaj Janaka and said, O king, the ruler of Koshala and his 4 sons wait outside for the for he who shall give away his daughters. Let the auspicious wedding sacrifice now begin without delay. Thereafter, Maharaj Dasharath escorted his 4 sons into sacrificial arena with while Vasishta Muni prepared the sacred altar decorated with sandalwood paste, um, plotted plants, bowls filled with scented water, grains, incense, and pots of turmeric, along with other auspicious articles. Then, when all was ready, Vashishta lit the sacrificial fire and began offering oblation, while other Brahmins chanted the Vedic mantra. We can see another thing. A person, when is doing some sacrifice, there must be the chanting of the holy name. Here, any sort of sacrifice will not complete if there is no chanting Hare Krishna. We can see even their wedding sacrifice, there is going on chanting the mantra. So mantra is powerful in every situation. King Janaka then escorted Sita into sacrificial arena and seated her next to Ram with a voice trembling with emotion. Janaka said, O noble prince, this is my daughter, Sita. Please take her hand and accept her as your lifelong partner. She is a reservoir of all auspicious qualities, and she will forever be devoted to you as faithfully as your own shadow. How the father is just to hand over the daughter to the son-in-law. See that such a nice way. And there is saying that Shita will be always your as a shadow. Understand? As a lifelong partner. He's also telling. Then as Gandharvas sang and Apsaras danced with joy and showered of flowers from heaven and the vibration of celestial drums, King Janaka joined the hand of the goddess of fortune, Sita with the hand of Supreme Lord. Then the King Janaka placed the hand of Urmila into the Lakshmana's hand, and then Mandhab, Mad, Mandhabi's hand in Bharata's, and finally mm, Shutakriti's hand to Shatrughna. So leave it in the two. So Shutakriti's hand into Shatrugna's hand. The four brothers then circumambulate the sacrificial fire 3 times while uh, slapping the hand of their newly wedding wives. Afterwards, they circumambulate the king Janaka and the great rishis. So we have to another understanding that whenever the auspicious things if you are do in your life, you should take the blessings from your parents, senior devotees, and the rishis and munis also. Upon gaining Sita, the embodiment of all the loveliness and the virtue, Rama felt ultimate satisfaction and happiness. Similarly, Sita felt unexpected, unprecedented bliss upon achieving her beloved Ram, the Lord of her heart, and the emblem of goddess and chivalry, intelligence, and handsomeness. Sita and Ram were equally endowed with the transcendental qualities from beauty, behavior, age, and nature, dedicating their hearts to each other. Sita and Ram shone resplendently, just as Lord Vishnu shines in the company of his divine consort Lakshmi. They looks like a Vishnu and Lakshmi. Even today, opulent marriage festivals are enjoyed universally. The Supreme Lord Ram himself has kindly shown us that a man and woman can enjoy a successful marriage by combining to follow the religious principle. So our Vedic scriptures say if a boy and girl to following the Vedic rules, they should get married, then their life they can enjoy the spiritual happiness. But modern days, whatever marriage we can see, it's not like a Vedic way. It is totally just like a Rakshas's demonical way. That's why their life is no happiness. Hanuman being should not made simply out of human being should not to made simply out of sex impulse like cats and dogs, for the way of beast in characterized by fear, suffer and evil. Therefore, every civilized society has some systematic arrangement for marriage life according to religious codes aimed at bringing peace and in the beast of society, Krishna consciousness living. So here is saying that if any person is to getting married is like a hogs and dogs, so their life never be blissful and happy. But if they following in a Krishna consciousness way, Vedic way, then they can live a Krishna consciousness life. So that is the way to do the marriage ceremony. So we have learned that. So we'll stop today here. We'll again read the Ramayana class in Tuesday. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ram Lakshman Sita Hanumanji Maharaj ki jai. Gaur Pramanand.